Hello friends, welcome to this video. So in this video we will look at how to integrate the YouTube Data API version 3 with authentication and display your channel videos, and we will also be able to search the videos as well. So it's a complete project inside React.js, and we have the actual demo that I'm showing you. We have a login with Google button right here for the authentication, and we are running this application on localhost. This is my React.js project, and if I click this login with Google button, I will be authenticated and I will display the channel videos, and you will see the latest videos will be shown right here. This is my videos, and we are actually displaying the title of the video and a link. The open button we can click, and I can open this video, so you can see the video is opening. So in this way we can basically open any video. You can see, and I can search for any video. Let's suppose I can want to search, let's suppose, PHP videos. So I can just write here PHP, and you will see all the PHP related videos. It is automatically filtering out the videos which are actually having PHP. So containing this in the title PHP, you can see that. Let's suppose if I want the videos only related to MySQL. So as I write MySQL in the search bar, you will see only videos containing MySQL will come. You will see. So in this way, it's very easy to filter out videos inside your channel. This is you can open this video, you will see that the video will open. So this is actually the application we will be building. All this data we are pulling it after authentication from your YouTube Data API version 3. So after authentication, you allow access to actually fetch videos from your channel and display it in the browser. And then we have this search filter where we can actually search the videos. So as I type it, you will see it automatically, the videos will be filtered. So as you submit your title, all the videos will have that title. You will see that. So we will try to build this application. It's a very simple application. At the same time, you will be able to see how to integrate the YouTube Data API version 3 inside React.js. And so for building this application, we are actually using some packages. The first package we are using is this package, which is Google API script. So this package is responsible for actually integrating your Google API inside your React.js application. And the command is very simple: npm i gapi dash script. This is a module, and just go to your command line. So just make a simple React.js project and then just install this package. Also, for building the user interface, we are actually using React Bootstrap for building the interface. So you need to install these three packages. First is this script, Google API script package, and then for building the user interface, React Bootstrap and Bootstrap. So these are the three packages which are needed. I have already installed these three packages. So what I will do, and also for integrating the login user authentication for specifically for React.js application, the login with Google button, you do need to install this package as well, which is React Google login. This will integrate the user authentication login with Google. So install this package as well. So I have already installed all the packages, so I will just start the development server. So these are the different components which are responsible. This is for the authentication, search bar, video item, video list, and this is a main component, app.jsx. Here we are importing all these components. So it's a complete project. If you need the full source code, the link is given in the description. So now let me start it from scratch. Let me delete the components folder. So we have, let me create a very basic functional component. You will see nothing is there. So if you refresh it, it will automatically auto reload. So if you now refresh this application, so now you can see app is showing, so hot auto reload is working. So now the very first thing we need to do, we need to import all the packages which we installed. So the first package we need to import is the Google API. So this will be imported from this package that we have, Google API script. And then we also need to import Bootstrap. We need to import the CSS file, which is bootstrap test css bootstrap main.css. And now we need to create two variables. First is the API key and the second one is the client ID. So both will be const variables, so it will be constant in the application. So now to fetch the API key and the client ID, you do need to create a Google Cloud Console account inside. So you need to have a Google Cloud Console account, and then you need to enable the APIs and services. Go to this section and enable that YouTube data API. So just click this button, search for the API that you are working with. So there are lots of APIs here. So you can search for your API, YouTube data API. So you need to enable this API. So just click on enable. So after clicking enable, this will change to manage. So I've already enabled that. Now to get the credentials, you need to go to the credentials option right here and just click on create credentials. And for the client ID, you need to click on this option, OAuth client ID. And the application type will be web application. Just simply select that. And now in these two options, which is authorized JavaScript origins, authorized redirect URI, you need to copy paste your home URL. This is the URL you need to copy paste. So what I will do, I will simply copy this and paste it right here in both these sections, and make sure this trailing slash is not there in the first one, and click on this create button. So now it will give you your client ID, and this will be different for you. So just copy your own client ID and paste it here. And then for the API key, we just need to have in this section, click on API key section and simply create your own API key. So this will give you the API key. So again, copy to clipboard and just paste it. So just after getting all these two information, now we can create some state variables. First will be for keeping track of the authenticated, if you are authenticated or not. This will be a Boolean parameter. The initial value will be using useState hook. It will be false. So the user will not be authenticated whenever you load the application. And then we need to keep track of the videos which will be fetched. So you will be fetching these videos in an array. So the initial value will be empty array. And the next will be for storing the access token. As you all know, in order to communicate with the Google APIs, you need the access token. So this access token will be available after authentication. So you will be storing it in this variable. So initial value will be empty. And now we also need to keep track of what search query the user will type. We also need to store the search query, set search query. Initial value again will be nothing. So now we have these four state variables. So now after this, now we need to come to the JSX part. So right here, we will have the container class of Bootstrap. All these are Bootstrap classes, and we will be having the a simple heading in the center position, and you simply say that your latest YouTube videos, something like this. And now we need to conditionally show that login button. If the user is not authenticated, you'll simply check in this JSX expression that if this variable that we have, this Boolean parameter, if this is false, in that case we need to show the authentication. But if this variable is true, in that case we need to show the actual videos of the channel. So right here we can you are authenticated, we can simply say. So here we need to first of all a, make a component which will be authentication component. Here we need to pass three things: client ID, on success and on failure. But if the user is authenticated, we can say you are authenticated for now. But now we need to make this component. So just create in the source directory, just create a folder called as components, and here we'll be making this auth component. JSX, simple functional component. So we can now include this simply by typing auth. So automatically it will be imported. Sorry, not this component. We need to import, we delete. We need our own custom component that we created, which is this one. It will be coming from this component. So this component here, in this component we'll be passing three things. First is the client ID. So we have stored this in the variable client ID. The second one will be a function which will be on success. So this will be a custom function that we will make. So whenever the user is authenticated, this function will get executed. And similarly, we will have another callback function. If any sort of error take place in the failure section, we will use basically make this function. So now we need to define these functions at this top. So you can simply define both these functions. So now we can actually go to the actual component, which is the authentication component, and simply make it. So now we actually are receiving these three parameters to this component. First is the client ID. Then these are the two callback functions, on success and all on failure. So now what we need to do right here, inside this component, just need to return the JSX expression. And this will be the simple component which will be Google login. It will be coming from React Google login. It's a simple login button that will be shown to the user. And here we need to pass some things to this component, which is the client ID. So we are getting the client ID. And then we need to have the button text. This will be simple login with Google. The third one is the on success. So we have this function which is on success. And the fourth, when the on failure. So again, we have this on failure. And here we do need to provide the scopes as well. Scopes are information, what information you are requesting it from the Google APIs. So we need to access the information of auth scope. We need all the scopes. We can read information from the YouTube channel. So we only need the read only permission. So we only need to get access to the YouTube channel information such as the videos. So that's why we are only requesting the read only scope. That's all. So now if you refresh your application, you will see a login button appearing. So if I start the application, so what you will see, a login with Google button you will see right here, this button. So if you click this button, you will see this, you will automatically be logged in. So if you just refresh, let me just so this on success will be called here whenever you are successfully logged. So here we can simply inside handle login. Let me just write this. So this response will be coming whenever you are successfully logged in. So we can whatever is the response coming, we can console log the response. And whatever is the error coming, in case of any sort of error, we can console log that also. So if I rerun it once again, click on the login with Google button. So if I go to console, I will see this information coming right here, which is actually all this information, profile information about the user, which is access token is also coming. You can see this is access token. We can need to store this access token somewhere in order to access the information. So this is you can see that the email address coming, this is the Google ID, image, all these things are coming. So now we just need to store this access token somewhere else. So right in this function. So now after console logging the response, we just need to set this variable is authenticated from false to true. So now the user is authenticated, and now we also need to store this access token using this hook function, which is response.access token. And after you do this, we also need to make a function which will be fetching the videos from their YouTube channel. We'll simply say response.access token. We'll pass the access token as the first argument, and the second argument will be nothing. So now we need to make this function. This function will be responsible for fetching the YouTube channel videos. So we just need to make this function, which is fetch videos. So this will be a async function, and we just need to pass the token here. We are receiving the token is the first argument, and the search query the second argument. So by default, search query is nothing. And now we need to use this module, which is a Google API, that we are actually importing it from this. It contains a method called as load. So we need to load the YouTube client here. This callback function will execute. It will be an async function. So right in this function, we can use the await keyword because it's an async function. So now this function has a init function right here, and here we need to initialize the client by passing the API key parameter as the first argument. So we have stored this API key variable. We're passing it, and then it takes the discovery docs. This will be an array, and it basically contains the actual URL where you will be requesting the data. So this we will pass this URL. So we are requesting the data from this URL, https googleapis.com/discovery/version1 APIs YouTube version 3. So we are using the YouTube data version API 3, the REST API. So after you just do this, now the next step is that we need to fetch the videos from the API. So for doing this, we will make a simple fetch call. So you will simply say Google API. It contains .client.youtube, and then we will use the actual channels.list method, and it takes an object, and it takes three parameters. First is the part parameter, and this part parameter value you need to pass snippet, and then you need to pass comma content details. We also need the information about the video as well. So content details, put a comma. The second one is the parameter mine is true. This means that you need to fetch the videos of your own channel, not third-party videos. So we will request the videos from our own channel, the channel associated with this email address. The third parameter is the access token that you need to pass. With every request, you need to pass this access token. This has actually been 3 parameters passed. Now we can actually request the channel ID, and this basically comes as response.result, and it is stored inside item 0, and it has the ID of the channel. So in this way you can request the channel ID. So once we get the channel ID, using that channel ID we can request the videos. So we can just do this in try catch block. So if any sort of error takes place, we can console log the error. So now in this we can request the video list, and for this we can again use this SDK. It contains a method which is search method. So in this SDK the search method is available. So this search method actually has a method of list, and this list method takes an object. So this object will have some properties. Again, the part parameter is snippet. The second parameter is you need to give the channel ID. So we are actually getting the channel ID in the previous step. So we are simply passing it. The third parameter is the maximum results that you want to fetch. So we only need to fetch the latest 20 videos from your channel, which we'll pass 20 here. And then the queue parameter. So this simply means whatever search query you are passing, we are simply passing it. And then lastly, we need to also pass the access token. So access underscore token. So we need to pass the token. So we are passing these 5 things: part, channel ID, maximum results, queue is a search query, and access token. So once you do this, we will get the response, and we can use the hook function to set the videos, and you can say video list response dot result dot items. So this will be a simple array we are setting is using the hook function that we declared, you will see, which is initially it is empty, but now we are setting this the array which is coming. So once you do this, now in the JSX, so I can simply console log the response which is coming. I can write the console log, right, just to show you in the browser. Let me console log all this information, the channel ID as well, and then this response which is coming, video list response. So now if you go to the browser and if you just click the button, let me just, okay, some error has there. Let me rerun the application here, npm runtime. Sometimes some errors you can see. Now it is running http. Let me just see what is failed to resolve entry for package http proxy agent. I think guys some typo mistake has happened, that's why it is giving me this error. I think in this section we have made some error, so let me just fix it by pasting the code. You can find all the source code in the description. I think in somewhere I made a mistake. Let me paste this code once again. Control C. So now you can see now the application is running. So it was just a mistake in this. You can just pause the video and just see what mistake I done. So this is actually the correct code. So if I refresh now, again the same mistake. Let me just see guys. Guys, I figured out the error. Basically, accidentally, I imported this line at the very top. I'm not using this. You will see import discovery from Google APIs. I just accidentally imported this line. So just need to delete this. So once you delete this, the code will work, and refresh it. You will see the login with Google button. So now if I click the button, you will see now it is showing this message that you are authenticated. And if I inspect element and see the result, you will see this will be showing my profile information. So we are actually right here. We are calling this function. So what I need to do, I just need to console log this response which is coming from the API, and then from that we are extracting the channel ID, and from that channel ID then we are getting the list of videos. So let me console log all these responses which are coming from the API. So once I click login with Google, so now you can see, first of all, we get the profile information, we get this response. And then from this profile information, we get the access token, and that from the access token, we get this channel ID. And you can see we get the channel ID. This is the channel ID that you can see. So we get the channel ID, and from that channel ID, we get, you will see the channel name, description, everything. And then from that channel ID, we get the total number of videos that we got, which is the top 20 latest videos you will see. And for each video, we have this information, which is the ID, channel ID. This is the snippet, and if you see, snippet contains the channel information, the published date, published time, thumbnails. So each sort of information is there, and then we have the information related to video as well. This is a thumbnail, this is the title, everything. So now we need to show this information in the browser. So it's very easy. So now coming back to the JSX part. So when you are authenticated, instead of this heading, we just need to show the videos. So we will have a div section, and here we need to create a component. I will call that component at search bar. So now I just need to make this components in the components folder, search bar. So I just need to import this component, which simply I will say search bar. So what I will do, I will import this component. You'll see that, let me change the, so now you can see it has been imported. So now in this component, we need to pass three things. First is the actual search query that the user will write. So search query variable. So whatever is the search query, we have storing it in a variable. And then the second one is the actual function, which will execute once the user writes in anything in the search query. We will execute this function, handle search change. We need to define this function in this. And then the third one will be a on search. So when the user starts to search, so you basically call this fetch videos function, and again pass the access token plus the search query that the user has entered. So this on search will be a simple callback function. So here we do need to define on search change. We need to define this function, handle search change. So now in the search bar component, if you see, we need to now, we are receiving these three parameters. First is the actual search query. Second is the on search change callback function. The third one is on search. So now in this component, we need to use some bootstrap for showing the search field. We will be using the form component. You will see it will be imported from React Bootstrap. We need to use the bootstrap class margin bottom 3. So in this, we need to have, this will be of type text. So this will be a form element. So let me, inside this, we need to define the form control. So this will be of type text. And here we need to give the placeholder, which will be search videos. And the value here, which will be, we need to bind the search query, which is coming right here in this component, and then the on change function. So whenever the value is change of this input field, we need to bind this function, which is we are defining, which is on search change. And also we need to give it a class name of me2. So if you now refresh now, you will, after you click the button, you will see the search input field, this search bar, you will see that. You will not see the bootstrap because we do need to import the bootstrap file here. This is a search field. Form control. Let just wait. Let me just paste this. Okay, I think we are not calling this in this app.js function. We are having this div section right here. So we have this app section right here. Search bar. Click on that. So we have this search bar field. And now after this, we need to create another component which will be responsible for showing the total number of videos from the channel. So this will be video list component. This will be a simple functional component, and after this search field, we will show this component which is video list, and this component will take the videos as the first parameter. So videos, we have the array, we are storing it, and then this callback function which is on open. So this will be a simple callback function which will take the video ID. This will be a function which will be responsible for opening the video in a new tab. So we are passing the video ID as the argument. So I will just console log for now. So first of all, we need to receive this information in this component which is video list. So in this video list component, if you see, we are passing the first parameter is the videos and then the callback function on open. So right here in this, we need to actually create an unordered list UL element, and we need to give it a class name of list group. These are all bootstrap classes. And here we need to loop through all the videos using the map operator, and for each video we will be having another component here which will be video item, and we need to pass the key here which will be coming from video ID. So we are simply passing the video ID as the key, and the actual video we will pass as this object, and then we will pass the third argument is on open. So this is a function that we are passing. So we need to create another component where we'll be showing the actual video. So again, in the components folder, just create video item. So this will be a function component, and we can just import this component here, which is, you can simply say video item. This will be imported if you see. So now in this component, we are actually passing two things. What is the actual video, and then the function which is on open. So now from this we will actually have a ally tag, and we will be giving the bootstrap class list group item. Deflex justify center, justify content between. So these are all bootstrap classes. And now to align the videos in the center position, align items center. So right here we will be embedding the title of the video. So we'll simply show the title inside curly brackets, and then we'll be having a bootstrap button, and the variant will be primary button, and the size here will be small. And we'll basically be binding an on-click function. When we click the button, we'll be binding this on-open function, and we'll pass the video ID as the argument. And we'll be giving a class name of this bootstrap class. So if you refresh here, so it is saying that title is not defined. Okay, we do need to import the information about the video from this video object. So we need to extract the title here from video.snippet.title. So if the title is not accessible, then we can simply say no title. Same goes with the video ID as well. We can extract the video ID from this object, which is video.id.video ID. So if the video ID is not available, in that case, we can simply return null. So you will see all these video titles will be shown right here. Top 20 videos, you will see that. And then this open button, we need to show the label of the button as well. So what I need to make sure it's say open. So my top 20 videos are showing right here, and we click the open button. I need to bind a listener here. We are executing this on open function because we are passing it again right here. We are getting this from the video list component, and here we are passing this on open function. And instead of console logging the video ID, we need to actually open the video in a new tab. So for now, opening that video, we can simply say the video ID has been there. In that case, we need to open the video, window.open. So we'll use the backtick symbol, and we'll open this youtube.com/watch, and we just need to pass the video ID question mark v is equal to, and then we need to pass the video ID, which is like this, comma, and then we need to open it in the blank window. We can simply say add underscore blank. So if you refresh now, so if you click any of the video open button, you will see the video will open in a new tab. So in this way, the videos are displaying right here. And now we need to implement the searching functionality. We need to display a search field where we can search the videos. So now in the search bar component, if you see, you can see I think we defined this function, which is handle search change. Yeah, I think we defined that. So this event will be there whenever we change the value. It will automatically be passed, and we just need to say set search query to be whatever is event.target.value. So whatever you write. So we have written this. So this is actually your search for component, and let me see what is the problem here, why the search field is not displaying, because if you see only the search bar is displaying. Oh, I think that's the problem. If you see, we actually misspelled this. This needs to be capital, because if you see the file name right here, it's S is capital here. Just make sure S is capital here. Let me include that once again. Search bar. So now it is included. I think, guys, we misspelled this. So let me change the component name. Let me say here search field. So let me just import this. Let me delete this. So now this will be imported. If you see search field, component, and hopefully now it will show. You will now see. It was just a spelling mistake. Now we have this search field. If I write something here, nothing happens. You will see we are not doing the filtering process. Now for doing that, I have already attached a method to this search. Whenever we are calling this search field component, if you see, we have this on search function executed, which is fetch videos. On search function is there. If I console log, we call Laravel. So now if you click on the search button, you will see all the Laravel related videos will show. After writing Laravel, you do need to click the search button. So after that, you will see all the Laravel videos will show. You will see the title will contain Laravel. Same goes if I search for MySQL, click on search. You will now see all the videos related to MySQL will show. So in this way, you can filter all your videos, all your channel videos based upon a title using this simple project. And you can do a lot more with this project. You can extend this project. You can add a filter for date as well. You can receive input if you want a videos related to a specific date. You can also do that as well. The code will remain the same, the base code. So all the source code is given in the description, guys. This is a full project that we made. It composed of 4 components: is authentication component, search field, video item, video list. So we have used the YouTube Data API version 3 for getting access to all this information coming from your YouTube channel. We're displaying the top 20 videos. You can also display top 50 videos as well. You just need to change the value, whatever, from 20 to 50 right here. So that's all, guys. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please hit that like button, subscribe the channel, and do check out my website as well, freemediatools.com, which contains thousands of videos related to audio, video, and image. And I will be seeing you in the next video.